Good morning. My name is Christoph Hanisch. I worked for a long time in a research department of a bigger company that is focusing on automation. My topic was new technologies and how to apply them in new factories or improve old factories. And as the work evolved, we saw that it is important to really include the human being in this planning. And so my work focused on the relation between humans and new technology. In this episode, I would like to talk about a facet of technology which concerns every one of us in our daily lives. It also concerns what we can learn from factory organization. Historic-wise, Ford was the one to introduce a first industrial line which were operating on the Taylor mechanisms, which mean he pre-thought every action along the line to be done the same way every day throughout the building of this new car. By this he ensured quality and had a wonderful new technology, which he also intended to be available for his workers. We want to talk for a minute about sustainability. Sustainability in the sense of what makes our personal situation sustainable now and hopefully for the future. In the public discussion, sustainability has three aspects. It has an economic aspect, it has an ecologic aspect, and it has a social aspect. The ecologic aspect is discussed every day on politics and decisions are made. The economic sustainability is a little bit unseen because it needs people that make willing contribution to that and in the end to reduce their profit to a certain degree to be economically sustainable, but it works. The ones that usually lose out in that situation are the people. So the social aspect of sustainability is the one that really can make one worry. In your daily life, or in my daily life, in our daily life, we are confronted with understanding technological development. Technological development is promised at many, many instances as the savior of our personal happiness or our personal moving ahead. And then you look into this a year later and you see nothing has happened. To understand this, I would like to draw your attention to some basic mechanisms of developing technology as such. One of the most misused words is innovation. People do not understand that innovation does not happen overnight and that it is hard work and that it is not a linear process. So if you look at technological development, you see there are many activities in research and universities going on at first, and slowly this goes down to development of products. And when the new technology arises, people think, oh, this or that new product could be very feasible in the next 2 years. In this session, we talk about levers for technical innovation connected to economic growth. If you look around in your daily life, you see that the debts the state and other people are making has reached a dimension which we really cannot cope with in terms of magnitude. And we have to ask ourselves, how can we ever pay this back? How can we get taxes or income to compensate this? And often it is promised that this will happen very quickly. It will not happen very quickly, but the mechanisms for such growth are in place nevertheless, and they can be used in whatever you are doing and whatever you want to support. Here we talk about a topic which is really dear to my heart because it concerns all ages. Did you ever have an idea you really wanted to work on but didn't see any perspective application? and everyone else telling you, oh, stop the nonsense. In all ages and in all times, basically, there were people that worked on ideas at an early age, at an old age, which the environment did not really wanted to believe. But if you look at historical examples, you find that it is worth to pursue your own way and your own internal clock. Let's think about a minute on the question why I believe that our situation today is so different from the past. In a first thought, let us think about inventors of the past. It is reported to us they have this big formula which led to, but if you look closer you will find that they always had some image in mind which really brought them to their discovery. So Rudolf Diesel, for instance, is said to have been walking down a street, looking at a chimney where smoke came out and it dissolved into the thin air. And by looking at that, he suddenly realized that this was the process he needed to use in his engine by changing the liquid into gas in order to come up with a combustion. If you make a study of many inventors, you will find very interesting thoughts they had back in their mind. Let us again look at this situation. If someone has or is forced to leave his or her job, what is really happening then? Is this just one person going out? If you have a closer look, you will find that the colleague who leaves is leaving a hole in terms of friendliness, in terms of willingness to help your colleague, in terms of encouraging his or her colleagues when they come in a bad mood to work in the morning. So something valuable, economically valuable for the company is missing, and we need to understand that these non-tangible assets are at stake and cannot be just calculated by numbers of profit. Don't underestimate what humans can do. The first example is, how long will it take you to teach a robot to sense a one molecular layer, a very thin layer? The human can learn this within seconds. You take your glasses, which you rinse every morning to clean them, and you will sense the last layer of liquid on the glass easily. We are often taught that the robots will overtake our way of life or whatever, and we are led to believe that the robots can be cut off from the computer and then act on themselves. And this, again, is used as an argument that the robots can create the next generation of robots. But let us be clear on the concept and let us think this to the end. If you look at a robot, what is it really about? The robot is the result of applied human knowledge. So it does not come from heaven. It is humans that build it, that use rules, laws, procedures, mechanics, physics, electronics, and so forth, computer science, to build it.